had a ton of people ask me if fasting is safe or if fasting is healthy. The question that people should be asking themselves is fasting healthier than the way I ate for the last 14 days? If you look at what I consumed for the last 14 days, food and liquor and drugs, whatever it was, and you compare that to what the effects of fasting for 14 days would be, and then you decide which is going to be healthier for your body. Yeah, fasting takes a toll on your body. You give yourself a chance to heal damaged cells, and there is healing going on when you're on a prolonged fast. It also stresses your body. It's kind of like running a marathon. You know, running a marathon can be good for you in the long term because you put this strain on your body that makes you capable of more, and it makes your every average day feel easier. And a fast is kind of the same thing. It puts this intense stress on your body, forces your body to heal by using its damaged cells for fuel. It gives the digestive system a break. Scientifically, I don't know what the stress is, but I know I felt it. Like, I used to say to myself when I'm 14 days deep, drinking only water, it's been 14 days, I feel some kind of way. Like, I feel toxic almost. Like, my mouth feels gross, like it's acidic. I can't stay hydrated. I feel uncomfortable sometimes. This isn't all the time. It comes and goes. In the mornings, often when I'm fasting, I don't care, on day 21 of my fast, I felt amazing in the morning, all the way up until about 1 or 2 in the afternoon every day. And somewhere around the evenings and when I had to go to bed is when I would feel my most uncomfortable. And I would just say to myself, that's healing. That's my body healing. That uncomfortableness is my body going through and healing those damaged cells. The truth is, you feel like your body is under stress. That's why I say it is stressful on the body, because that's what I experienced. Compared to how I lived the 21 days prior to doing that fast, it was way healthier for my body. I went from drinking alcohol, binge eating massive amounts of carbohydrates, like probably enough food for 3 or 4 people. Think of the stress that over consuming all that processed, gross food into your digestive system and forcing your body to deal with that day after day after day. And then like add in fast food and super high salt, super high fat, super high grease, and all the chemicals in processed food, the chemicals that you're getting in soda, and then you put in the poison from alcohol on top of that. And then you compare that to a 21-day fast where you're just letting your body have nothing but water. I would like to pose the question differently. Is a fast healthy? Is one way to put it, but another way to put it, is a fast healthier than what you did for the last 1, 2, or 3 weeks? In the battle of procrastination, every day I have to win 3 battles. The first battle of the day is the toughest. That is when I take my first action. I got my list of tasks, that most important task of the day, that first real challenging thing that I have to do. You want to put it off, you want to find an excuse, you want to do other things first that are easier. That's 50% of what you got to do, is getting that first task started. Once you win that battle, the second battle of the day is once you finish your first task, maybe you've worked for an hour and you've accomplished something, you're feeling good. You deserve a break. And that is the second battle of the day, is not to quit. Oftentimes I'll take a 15-minute break. That turns into a 1-hour TikToking session. I go eat breakfast and I start watching a movie, and then I think, oh, I'll finish this movie and then I'll get back to work. If you take too long on that first break, if you over-celebrate your first small win of the day, you can completely derail your day. So you have to win that second battle to keep your momentum going and not quit after you accomplish your first task. Now, you're 75% home free. If you don't screw up at this point, you're gonna have an awesome day. But there's one other battle you gotta win, and that is the battle of interruptions that are pretending to be important. You're gonna have somebody, they're gonna reach out to you and ask you to do something for them. You may get a phone call, and it's gonna seem urgent. It's gonna seem like it needs to be done right away. But in order to do that, you gotta stop the important thing that you're doing and take care of this urgent thing. That is the final and third battle of the day. You gotta identify the really important things as they come through and take care of those. And everything else, identify it as a distraction. If your significant other contacts you and they need something, if you can schedule that to work on it in an hour or at the end of your day, versus just stopping what you're doing and going and take care of it right now, that's going to empower you. That's going to give you the ability to stay focused, keep on your grind, and finish your perfect day. So those are the 3 battles I have to fight every day to try to win the war against procrastination. Is it wrong of me to curl in the squat rack? At my gym, they got a power rack and they have a squat rack. And my favorite place to do straight bar curls is the squat rack. And I feel a little guilty doing it because I'll look around and if I see somebody with their belt that's coming up and they look like they want to squat, I will always let them know, hey man, I got one more set. I try not to keep the squat rack from somebody when I'm curling, but sometimes, when it's open and I want to curl with a straight bar, it's just, that's where I like to do it at. Is that bad gym etiquette, curling in the squat rack? I don't know. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. If you are so lucky that you have a training partner, a training buddy, you have got a special gift from the universe. A training buddy is a very rare and special thing. They don't last forever. If you find yourself in a relationship with a friend that will train with you consistently for several months in a row, do everything you can to preserve that, because there will come a day when one of you will fall off and that's it. And then the partnership is over. You no longer will have a training buddy. There's just something special about going to the gym with your bro, having someone to spot you, having someone to joke with and tell stories in between sets. And the best is when you can get a training buddy that will just do what you do. Like, I've had training partners before that they want to do their own thing and they want me to do what they do and I want to do my own thing. And we end up like maybe doing a couple exercises together, but doing our own thing for a lot of the workout. But when you get a buddy that's maybe not as experienced as you and they just go along with your workout set for set, that is the best, man. I've lost training partners a few different ways. My training partner was also my drinking buddy. We worked together and we used to go out drinking on the weekends all the time, and we got into working out and we trained together, I don't know, like 3 or 4 days a week for a month and a half, 2 months. And it was awesome. We were crushing it. We were getting gains. And then we started going, they had this thing where you could go to this bar that was down the street from our gym and you could get a pitcher of beer for like $4 and a chicken sandwich. So we would go after our workouts and get a chicken sandwich and we'd each get our own pitcher of beer. That happened about 2 or 3 times. And then we just started skipping the workout and going straight to get the chicken sandwich and the beer. And that was it. Once that happened, we stopped training together and that was the last time that we were training buddies. So how is it possible that I went 32 years of training in public gyms and I've never once seen a person bench press 5 plates? On TikTok and YouTube Shorts, I have seen people benching 5 plates all the time, like for multiple reps. And every once in a while, I'll see somebody benching 5 plates and I'm like, come on, man, for like 3 or 4 reps. And then all of a sudden I'll realize it's Larry Wheels. That one's legit. But all the others, I'm super skeptical. If I've never seen it once in my entire life, I'm doubtful that in the last year I've seen 15 or 20 people benching 5 plates for multiple reps. How many times have I seen somebody bench 4 plates in a public gym? Probably like 4 or 5 times in my entire life. I can almost remember each specific time that I've seen it. One time I saw a guy bench 405 and he had a bandana down low on his eyes. He had like 3 training partners with him. And he was a big fat guy, short arms. And the dude spotting him did the lift off, and he was probably lifting about 20% of the bar because he had his hands on the bar and was going with him. And this guy was grunting, and the whole gym was watching. And he got like 2 or 3 reps with 405, and he racked it. And like people were coming up and high-fiving him and just being like, man, that was awesome. And I remember I told my son, because he was like 15 at the time, I said, when I get my 405, nobody's even going to notice. You're going to spot me, and it's just going to be a nice, clean rep. Your hands won't be on the bar, and it'll be just like that. And that's what happened. Eventually, that is exactly how I got my first 405. He spotted me, and nobody came up and high-fived me, and I didn't make any noise. I don't think anyone even noticed. Do you think these are fake plate videos? Every once in a while, you can tell the guy looks like he can bench 5 plates. Like they look like that certain type of power lifter. or they've got a powerlifting shirt on. You know, if they're accessorized, then I understand that. But when you see a guy do it with no sleeves that looks small, it's got to be fake plates. And then you look at the comments and people are like, man, that's amazing. And the dude's like, thanks, bro. It took me a long time to get here. And I'm like, if I was going to make a fake plate video as a joke, I would have to be at least honest in the comments. You know, if somebody was giving me a shout, I'd be like, dude, that was a joke. 90 pounds of that was fake weight. It was really only 405. That's a wrap. Day 6 is in the bag. Keep grinding. More cool stuff to come.